The case between Ripple and the CC might be over tomorrow. You did hear that right. Crypto experts and legal researchers say the 5-year court case is finally over. This could be the best sign ever for coin prices to go up. Also, XRP is going to have a crazy future. The price of XRP Ripple coin might go above $100 according to predictions. This movie about XRP could be the most important one ever. Don't pass up the chance. Let's jump right in. Nota bene, there's a good reason why the XRP community is so excited. It looks like Ripple's court case against the Securities and Exchange Commission is almost over. The last part of one of the most important crypto cases in history may finally be coming to an end after almost 4 years of court cases, rumors, and many market changes. A text from XRP Dragon said, XRP is coming for everything that the CC took from it. A strong claim, but one that catches the raw energy and long-standing anger of people who own XRP. What began as a crackdown by the government has grown into something bigger, a sign of defiance, survival, and maybe soon, redemption. People like Tony the Rippler, who recently said that the CC may officially end the Ripple case within Coin Week, have given the community even more hope. This could be the time that people who own XRP have been waiting for, and he's not the only one. There are people all over X who want the CSEC to finish up. To finish up, XRP Insights wrote to the SEC, please declare tomorrow that the Ripple case is over. The post was a mix of wit and sincerity. Thank you, XRP community. There is a more reasonable reason for what's really going on and why the final closure hasn't been stated yet. Despite all the hype on social media, there isn't a plot or waiting going on, despite what most people think. Mark Fagel, who used to be a regional head for the SEC, says that everything is going as planned. In a recent post, Fagel made it clear that both Ripple and the SEC have agreed to drop parts of their appeals. The only thing left to do is follow the official legal process. He wrote that no one is slowing down the case and made it clear that neither the judge nor either side is to blame for the speed. In fact, things are less dramatic and more about paperwork. Final motions have not yet been filed, and the case will be officially closed once they are. It's important to know what that ending would mean. Now that the legal cloud is finally gone, Ripple could make up for lost ground, not just in market trust, but also in US listings, partnerships with institutions, and clear regulations. Not only could XRP be cleared of the SEC's most serious charges, it would also be one of the few cryptocurrency in the US with clear legal precedent on its side. All of this happening during Crypto Week, a time that's usually full of news, new ideas, and energy, is kind of poetic. The markets have already begun to respond, and XRP is showing signs of gaining momentum again. However, the real spark could happen when this case is finally over. XRP won't be just another currency after that. It will have survived a major court case that could change the way digital assets are handled in the United States for years to come. It's not just a legal win for people who own XRP right now. It's about making up for lost time and restoring respect. And finally being able to move on without a case holding them back. One thing is certain, the news will come whether it's tomorrow or in a few weeks. It's no longer just Ripple's fight. The XRP community is also ready for this to happen, right? And just when you think things couldn't get any more exciting, experts and insiders are making big guesses about what will happen next. Some people think XRP is going to shock the market as a whole, not just to make the law clear, with a change in price that no one saw coming. I promise that what you're about to hear will blow your mind. That means XRP is ready for a huge breakout. A tweet from Bark said, "It's finally happening," matching the thoughts of thousands of traders who think the tide is finally turning. The easy play of all time, as John Squire put it, and Jack the Rippler didn't hold back at all. Curl XRP will soon be worth $100. Trader Girl even joined in, maybe just for fun. Tomorrow that XRP will change hands for $589. It may sound crazy, but in crypto, momentum is often driven by trust. So how true to life is it really? Let us break down the numbers. A new mathematical model based on XRP price growing by 3% every month paints a picture that is both hopeful and realistic. That rate of growth would take 10 years to complete. XRP would hit $10 in 2029, $50 in 2034, and finally $100 in January 2036, just over a decade from now. There is a lot of power in compound growth. Even though it sounds slow and methodical on paper, little bumps every month quickly turn into a mountain over time. But now the truth comes out. Cryptocurrencies like XRP don't move in a straight line. History tells us that it's not a steady rise, but more of a feast or hunger. XRP had its best years in 2017 and 2023. It only had 8 good months each year, and not often more than a few in a row. Long-term linear models are useful for reference, but they are risky for making estimates when there is that much change. Analysts aren't afraid to think bigger, though. According to DK64 Trades, XRP could go over $10 right now. So, Crypto Bull has said that the price should go to $20 if we see growth, like we saw in 2017. Then there's eGrag, which is one of the most closely watched XRP charts, whom has consistently pointed to $27 as an election goal. That number doesn't seem so far away now. Not only is a $100 XRP not a sure thing, it's not even likely in the short term. That being said, it's also not a complete dream either. A number of things affect real legal clarity, which is getting closer than ever, Ripple's cross-border technology being used all over the world, and a bigger crypto bull market. It's less of a if question and more of a when question if those pieces fall into place. Things are getting better quickly right now. The case is getting close to being over. The token is moving faster. What about the XRP army? This has been a long time coming. That $100 goal is more than just math. It stands for everything XRP has worked for. This wave seems ready to go for as long as it takes, whether it's 10 months or 10 years. Whether it's 10 months or 10 years. We also can't forget about Ripple's alliances. Everyone knows that they are very important for XRP value to skyrocket, but what's really going on right now? It's a lot bigger than most people think. Big institutions, global banks, and usefulness in the real world. This is real, not just talk. And believe me, you'll be shocked when you find out who Ripple is working with. As a result, widespread use of XRP has a huge chance of driving up its price. What's being said about Ripple's bond with Swift could change everything. Vincent Van Code, a well-known and respected software developer and blockchain fan, made a big claim lately that caused a stir in the XRP community. Swift, which has over 11,000 members around the world and is the leader in messages between banks, could soon announce plans to use Ripple and XRP as an alternative settlement layer. If this is true, it would be a huge change in the way money works around the world. Ripple and Swift have been competing for years to make it easier to send money across borders. For decades, Swift's network has been the main way that banks around the world talk to each other, but it's often attacked for being slow and expensive. RippleNet and its on-demand liquidity system, on the other hand, are a cutting-edge option. They use XRP to provide instant liquidity without the need for complicated, pre-funded accounts. This technology not only makes payments faster, but it also cuts down on the fees and capital that are locked up in cross-border deals by a huge amount. From what Van Code said, it sounds like Swift might be changing its mind and going from competing to working together. Just scare your enemy enough to make sure they play with you, he said. You don't always have to kill your enemy. This shows that legacy organizations are becoming more aware of this. There is a lot of push to update, and putting in blockchain solutions like Ripple's could be the best way to go. What this means for XRP could be very important. Using XRP as a bridge asset for real-time settlement would fix many problems with the way things work now. Getting things done across borders more quickly, cheaply, and openly. Imagine Swift, a well-known giant in the world of finance, publicly switching to a decentralized digital asset for settlement. This would not only make XRP more trustworthy, but it would also make it much more useful and in high demand, which are two main factors that cause the price of an asset to rise.